सो रूल नंबर 3 में हमने जो पढ़ा था कि फर्स्ट जो रूल था उसमें ये था कि सब्जेक्ट को हम ऑब्जेक्ट में चेंज करते हैं। एक्टिव से जब हम किसी सेंटेंस को पैसिव में चेंज बनाते हैं तो एक्टिव का जो सब्जेक्ट होता है उसको हम पैसिव का ऑब्जेक्ट बनाते हैं, और एक्टिव का जो ऑब्जेक्ट होता है उसको हम पैसिव का सब्जेक्ट बना देते हैं। ये फर्स्ट रूल था। सेकंड रूल जो था वो था हेल्पिंग वर्ब्स के बारे में। तो हेल्पिंग वर्ब्स के बारे में जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था कि प्रेजेंट सिंपल गोज टू प्रेजेंट कॉन्टिन्यूस। सपोज हम यहां लिखते हैं एक्टिव। एक्टिव के किसी सेंटेंस में अगर प्रेजेंट सिंपल टेंस है तो जब हम उसको पैसिव में चेंज करेंगे तो वो हेल्पिंग वर्ब किसकी लेता है? प्रेजेंट कॉन्टिन्यूस की। हम बीच में ये लिख देते हैं कि व्हाइल वी हेल्पिंग वर्ब्स जब हम हेल्पिंग वर्ब जो है प्रेजेंट सिंपल से जब प्रेजेंट कॉन्टिन्यूस में चेंज करेंगे, जब एक्टिव से पैसिव में चेंज करेंगे तो अगर एक्टिव का सेंटेंस प्रेजेंट सिंपल टेंस में है तो वो हेल्पिंग वर्ब जो है, हेल्पिंग वर्ब किसकी लेगा? प्रेजेंट कॉन्टिन्यूस की, क्योंकि इसके पास में 3 हेल्पिंग वर्ब्स ऑलरेडी होती है। उसी तरीके से अगर प्रेजेंट कॉन्टिन्यूस पहले से प्रेजेंट कॉन्टिन्यूस है तो उसको हम किसी में चेंज नहीं करते हैं, सिर्फ प्रेजेंट कॉन्टिन्यूस में रहेगा और प्लस बीइंग। इस टॉपिक को मैं रिकैप्चुलेट कर रहा हूं नेक्स्ट क्लास में। प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट, दिस इज प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट continuous, and present perfect continuous, then there will be no change. It means present simple will take the helping verb of present continuous. If already active sentence is present continuous, while we changing into passive, then ये helping verb जो है वो present continuous अपने पास में रखें और उसमें साथ में हम क्या लगा देते हैं? being लगा देते हैं। अगर एक्टिव का सेंटेंस प्रेजेंट कॉन्टिन्यूस में है, प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट में है, तो उसको हेल्पिंग वर्ब किसकी हेल्पिंग वर्ब मिलती है? प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट कॉन्टिन्यूस की। और एक्टिव का सेंटेंस अगर पहले से प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट कॉन्टिन्यूस में है तो उसको हम नो चेंज, मीन्स उसका कोई चेंज नहीं। इट मीन्स कितने सेंटेंस हम बना सकते हैं? 3 सेंटेंस, 1, 2 एंड 3, 4th देयर विल बी नो चेंज। इन द सेम वे पास्ट, अगर एक्टिव सेंटेंस पास्ट कॉन्टिन्यूस में है, पास्ट सिंपल में है, तो वो हेल्पिंग वर्ब लेता है पास्ट कॉन्टिन्यूस का। अगर पहले से ही सेंटेंस एक्टिव का सेंटेंस पास्ट कॉन्टिन्यूस में है तो वो पास्ट कॉन्टिन्यूस की हेल्पिंग वर्ब अपने साथ में रखता है और उसके साथ में बीइंग जोड़ देता है। ऑलरेडी एक्टिव सेंटेंस प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट में है तो वो हेल्पिंग वर्ब लेता है, पास्ट परफेक्ट में है तो पास्ट परफेक्ट कॉन्टिन्यूस का, और अगर पास्ट परफेक्ट कॉन्टिन्यूस है तो उसमें आएगा नो चेंज। इन द सेम वे अगर हम बात करें फ्यूचर की, तो अगर फ्यूचर सिंपल उसी तरीके से जैसे प्रेजेंट के अंदर 3 हुए, पास्ट में भी कितने जाएंगे? 3। सो टोटल कितने तरह के सेंटेंस बन सकते हैं एक्टिव से पैसिव में? 6। और फ्यूचर का जो जहां तक सवाल है फ्यूचर टेंस में, तो फ्यूचर जो सिंपल है वो लेता है हेल्पिंग वर्ब फ्यूचर कॉन्टिन्यूअस, और फ्यूचर परफेक्ट लेता है फ्यूचर परफेक्ट कॉन्टिन्यूअस का। इट मीन्स इसमें कितने बने? सिर्फ 2। तो टोटल वॉइसेस में जो एक्टिव से जब हम पैसिव में चेंज करते हैं तो टोटल 8 तरीके सेंटेंस को हम चेंज कर सकते हैं। इसमें फ्यूचर कंटिन्यूस में बीइंग नहीं लगता है और फ्यूचर परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूस ऑलरेडी नो चेंज है, तो ओनली 2 तरह के सेंटेंस हम इसमें बना सकते हैं। सो ये हुआ रूल नंबर 3। रूल नंबर 4 जो है वो है कि हम कौन से प्रीपोजिशंस जो हैं वो यूज करते हैं इसके अंदर बिफोर ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ द पैसिव सेंटेंस। सो रूल नंबर 4, वी जनरली यूज बाय। बाय इज यूज्ड बिफोर ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ व्हाट? पैसिव। पैसिव के ऑब्जेक्ट से पहले हम क्या यूज करते हैं? बाय। जनरली हम बाय यूज करते हैं, लेकिन कुछ वर्ड्स ऐसे हैं जिनके साथ में परमानेंटली हम एट विद भी यूज करते हैं। सपोज एंड 2. Suppose there is a sentence, everybody knows Gandhi. Everybody knows Gandhi. This is a sentence. Now this is in active form, ये एक्टिव में है, और एक्टिव से जब हम इसको पैसिव में चेंज करते हैं तो फर्स्ट द सेम रूल यू हैव टू फॉलो हियर. दिस इज द सब्जेक्ट, दिस इज मेन वर्ब एंड दिस इज ऑब्जेक्ट. दिस इज ऑब्जेक्ट. Subject will go to object and object will come to subject. So now change into passive. So first what have we to write, that is Gandhi. Now it is in present simple tense because there is a main verb. Main verb is knows. So this with the help of this main verb we can identify the tense. Now it is in present simple tense. While we change it into passive, we'll go to passive in present continuous tense. So Gandhi is a singular noun, right? So Gandhi is, ये helping verb हमने यहाँ पे लगाई है present continuous tense की. तो Gandhi is. Now as in rule number 2, we have already discussed that in passive the main verb always comes in third form, that is known. Gandhi is known, and with Gandhi with knows preposition will come here to, not by, not with, and neither other prepositions we can use. So Gandhi is known to, but here there is one more thing. The subject is everybody. We want this subject as an object here because everybody knows Gandhi. So we don't need to specify this subject here. यहाँ हमें किसी भी सब्जेक्ट को स्पेसिफाई करने की जरूरत नहीं है क्योंकि सब जानते हैं गांधी जी को. So everybody knows गांधी. तो यहाँ स्पेसिफाई, अगर यहाँ पे कि राम knows गांधी, then we have to take it as an object because Gandhi is known to Ram. But everybody knows, so we don't need to put as an object. So Gandhi is known to. This is the correct form of the passive. One more thing is there. If the subject in active sentence is everybody, somebody, nobody, no one, अगर ये somebody, everybody, nobody, no one, अगर ये हमारे पास में एज ए सब्जेक्ट, अगर एक्टिव के सेंटेंस में अगर सब्जेक्ट है तो वी डोंट नीड टू कैरी देम एज एन ऑब्जेक्ट हियर. इनको हमें ऑब्जेक्ट में यूज करने की जरूरत नहीं है. रूल नंबर 5 इज इफ सब्जेक्ट ऑफ एक्टिव सेंटेंस, active sentences is as follows. Number 1, everybody, somebody, someone, नो वन. अगर एक्टिव में ये सब्जेक्ट अगर हमारे पास में होते तो हमें ऑब्जेक्ट में ले जाने की जरूरत नहीं होती है. इनको आफ्टर प्रीपोजिशन हम सेंटेंस को वहीं छोड़ देते हैं. नाउ रूल नंबर 6, देयर आर सर्टेन सेंटेंसेस इन एक्टिव which have the helping verbs in the modal auxiliaries forms. In the modal auxiliaries form, rule number 6, for example, now modal auxiliaries like can, could, will, would, must, these words are called modal auxiliaries. If a active sentence is having any one of them, any one of the modal auxiliary verb, then what we have to do, suppose there is a sentence, I can speak 5 languages. 5 languages. Suppose this is a sentence. Now, this is the subject, this is modal verb, or you can say helping verb, and this is main verb, and this is object of the sentence. Subject, modal, or you can say the helping verb in the form of the modal verb. Speak is a main verb and object is a 5 languages is an object. Now, let us change into voice, change its voice. Subject will go to object and object will come to subject. So, first of all we have to write here 5 languages, 5 languages. The problem of the subject is sorted out. Second is helping verb, or you can say the modal verb can. So, put here can as it is. Can को आपको यहाँ पे as it is रखना है, और can के बाद में what we do, we put be. We put be. 5 languages can be. Now, the speak is here. As I have already told you that in passive voice there always comes the third form of the verb, can be, and speak is a first form and spoken is a third form of the verb. Can be spoken by the preposition we shall use here, and I is a subject, it will change its form and it will be in objective form, that is me. So, 5 languages can be spoken by me. So, in passive voice what we do? We always use after the modal verbs be in passive. पैसिव में हम इसके सामने हमेशा क्या लगा देते हैं, बी, और बी के बाद में हमेशा वर्ब की, वैसे भी बी के बाद में मोस्टली ऑफ द टाइम थर्ड फॉर्म काम में ली जाती है. एंड दिस इज द रूल ऑफ द वॉइस ऑल्सो, कि पैसिव के अंदर हमेशा हम थर्ड फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब यूज करते हैं. सो दीज आर द सर्टेन रूल्स विच वी हैव टू कीप इन द माइंड व्हाइल वी आर चेंजिंग act from active into passive. Afterwards, let us take some examples. For example, we play football. We play football every Sunday. Every Sunday. Now, we is here the subject, play is a main verb, there is no helping verb, there is a direct main verb, and this is subject, and football is an object. Football is an object. Then what is this? Every day, every Sunday. Every Sunday is the remaining part of the sentence. This is RPS, remaining part of sentence. Let us change into passive. We subject, play is a main verb and football is an object. Now, subject will go to object. Now, object will come to subject. So, first write down football. Football. So, subject की जगह यहाँ पे क्या आ गया? Football. जो कि इसका ऑब्जेक्ट था, एक्टिव सेंटेंस का क्या था? ऑब्जेक्ट. वो पैसिव का क्या बन गया? सब्जेक्ट. और एक्टिव का जो सब्जेक्ट है वो पैसिव का क्या बन जाएगा? ऑब्जेक्ट बन जाएगा, जैसे कि हमने रूल में पढ़ा है. फुटबॉल. नाउ नेक्स्ट इज आइडेंटिफाई द टेंस प्ले. थ्रू दिस हेल्प मेन वर्ब यू कैन आइडेंटिफाई द टेंस, कि विच टेंस इज दिस सेंटेंस, of this sentence, a football, and then play Play, it's a first form of the verb. Students, you know, the first form of the verb always comes in the present simple tense. So, football, present simple tense, and present, while we change into passive, present simple goes to present continuous. As per the rule, the first goes to second. So, second is the present continuous tense. Present continuous tense is having three helping verbs: is, am, are. So, football is a singular noun here. So, with singular we will take the singular helping verb, and that is. That is. Football is. Now, the third problem is about the main verb. Main verb is play. So, as we have studied in the rules, in passive we always use the third form of the verb. Then it will be played, put by preposition here, by. Now, the subject is we. So, we का ऑब्जेक्टिव केस क्या बनता है? वी का ऑब्जेक्टिव केस बनता है us. So, football is played by us. So, this is into the passive. Now, there is one more rule about the subjective and objective case. Subjective and objective cases. Write down, here is active, here is passive. If in active, if the subject, active का subject, if there is I, then in passive it will be me. If there is we, then there will be us. If there is you, then there will be you. If there is he, then objective case will be him. If there is she, then there will be her. If there is it, then there will be it. If there is they, there will be them. There will be them. So, if in active sentence, if these are the subjects, then there will be the objects, all these objects. I mean, passive में ये change हो जाएंगे सब, I, me, we, us, you, he, him, she, her, it, and they, them. So, these are the subjective and objective cases. Next is affirmative sentences. Next is the sentences which begins the first form of the verb, and that is called the imperative sentence. Second is imperative sentences. Imperative sentences. Imperative sentences always starts with we first. ये हमेशा वर्ब की फर्स्ट फॉर्म से स्टार्ट होते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, open the book. Open the book. This is a sentence, right? Open the book. So, here this is the first form of the verb. Open the book. So, how will you change it into passive voice? First is, from your side you have to add let, right? So, this is the main verb and this is the object. This is the object. Subject is hidden. Subject here is hidden. So, we will start with let, then object. The rule is to remember let plus object plus B plus V3. So, first is let the object is the book, let the book, now put B here, B, let the book be, and there is the first form of the verb, then you can change it into third form, let the book be open. So, those sentences who begins with the first form of the then these sort of sentences we can use, we can change like this way. Clear? Let us take one more example. Close the window. Close the window. This is a sentence. So, close here is a first form of the verb and the window is an object. Window is an object. So, how will you start this sentence? Again you have to use let. Take the object here, let the window be closed, because we have to change, we have to write the third form of the verb, let the window be closed. Let us take one more example. Open your mouth. The same, put here let plus object, let your mouth be opened. So, these are the imperative sentence. Imperative sentence always begins with the first form of the verb. But apart from these, there are certain sentences which are negative, So, how will we change into passive? So, imperative sentence begin with, affirmative sentence will begin with verb ki first form of the verb, and negative sentence will start with don't. Let us take an example. Don't open your bag. Don't open your bag. So, this is a negative sentence, imperative negative sentence. So, don't. If you hide this thing, don't, and now read the sentence, remaining part of the sentence, open your bag. Now, it is affirmative sentence, but if we have initially or in the beginning we have written don't, now it is negative sentence. So, how will you change, how we shall change into passive to these kind of sentences? So, there is another formula, another rule for this, let plus object let plus object not B plus V3. Let plus object plus not B plus V3. So, let us change into the passive. Let your bag, let your bag not be opened and be not opened. आप नोट को इधर भी यूज कर सकते हैं, बी से पहले भी यूज कर सकते हैं और बी के बाद भी यूज कर सकते हैं, दोनों ही तरीके बिल्कुल सही हैं. लेट योर बैग नॉट बी ओपन, लेट योर बैग नॉट बी ओपनड. सो नॉट यू कैन यूज बिफोर बी एंड यू कैन यूज आफ्टर बी. सो imperative sentences always begins with, affirmative sentence will start with verb first form and negative will start with the don't, and these are the sort of formulas. If it begins with verb first form, then this rule you have to apply. If it begins with don't, then you have to apply this rule. Is it clear? These are the imperative sentences. Today we have studied about two kinds of sentences. The first is affirmative sentence and second is imperative sentences. Now we shall study in next class the negative and interrogative sentences of the same topic. So, dear student, in previous class we studied about the voice, in which we had finished only two types of sentences, the affirmative and imperative sentences. So, we shall continue the same topic with another two types of sentences. These are interrogative sentences. In English language, there are two types of interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences. One is begins with helping verb, begins with helping verb, and second is begins with WH family words, family words. Why do we call it the family words? Because there are 7 or 8 WH words, almost all begins with WH, what, where, when, who, whose, whom, why. So, this is a sort of family in which almost 7 and 8 members are there. So, we call them WH family words or members, right. Second is those words which begin with helping verb. Moreover, we can call them yes no type question, yes no type questions. Why do we call yes no type questions? Because if we put the question with the helping verbs, suppose let us take an example, are you going to see movie today? Do you play football? So, the listener only gives the response in only yes or no type, right. Do you play football? Yes. Do you go to cinema every Sunday? No. So, the listener gives only the response in only either yes or no. So, we call them yes no type questions. Another one is WH family words. We can put the question with WH. What do you want? I want a computer. Where do you go? I go to my field. What do you do? I listen songs. Why do you like playing only chess? Because so you have to give the reason, you have to tell the reason. So, the whole answer we have to speak, we have to reply in a complete answer. So, we call them WH family words. So far as the voice is concerned, sometimes in competitive exams such kind of voices in which these interrogative sentences may also be asked. So, how to change it from active to passive if you find in the exam the question related to these things. So, first is let us start with helping verb, those questions, those active voice which begins with helping verb. For example, there is a sentence, do you know me? Do you know me? So, there in the beginning of the sentence there is a helping verb. First, dear students, you have to identify which tense is this, do and does. It is present simple tense, first one. Now, afterwards you know me, it is a simple sentence, but if we put in the beginning the helping verb, now it becomes the interrogative sentence, and in the end of the sentence you have to put the question mark. Do you know me? Now, let us change into passive. First of all, In previous class I told you that while we changing a sentence from active to passive, we have to keep certain rules in the mind. Now here you have to remember the rule of the helping verbs. Now identify the tense. It is in present simple tense, clear. If we find active sentence in present simple tense, while we changing into passive, we have to take the helping verb of present continuous, clear. So first you change as usual, as we have already done in the previous class, change the subject and object, clear. So this is subject, this is main verb, and this is object. Now first you change the subject to object and object to subject. Now subject will go in place of object and object will come in place of subject. So here is write I, because you have to change the subject cases, you have to change the case. This is subjective case, this is objective. While you bring the object here as a subject, you have to change the case. Case means its object को आपको क्या बनाना है, subject बनाना है, right? So I. Now afterwards I, before that there is a helping verb. It is in present simple tense. We will take, while change into the passive, we have to take the helping verb of present continuous. So what will come here? Am I, because there is I am I. Is it clear? Am I. So two problems are sorted out. Third is no. We already know that in passive we always use the third form of the verb. Am I known? Am I known? With no, with this verb we do not put by, we always use to. Am I known to? So what is remaining behind? That is subject. Here it will be as an object. So what will come here? You. Am I known to you? So this is the passive voice of the active. Do you know me? Is it clear? The second, does she like sweets? Again there is, first is you have to identify the tense of the sentence. Here is does. Does, do and does come in present simple tense. Again there is a subject is given, there is a main verb, and afterwards there is an object. There is an object, clear? Again you have to follow the same thing. This is subject, will go to object, object will come to subject. So first you write sweets. As it is in present simple tense, so here again you have to follow the same rule number 3. You have to go to the present continuous tense to bring the helping verb according to this subject, and this is sweets. Sweets is a plural noun, clear? So here will be with plural verb noun we use are sweets. Then the main verb, we always put the third form of the verb in the passive sentence, are sweets liked. Here you have to use the by preposition. By, the what's remaining back behind, that is subject, and subject is she. She will not be in the same form, it will go in the objective, it will be the objective case of the she is her. Now the passive is ready. So these sentences are the example of the sentences which begin with helping verbs. Now let us start the example of the words or the sentences which begins with WH family words. See, WH family words Let us take an example. Which frocks do you like? Now put the question mark, because the beginning of the sentence is with WH family members. So, which frocks? Which frocks? Actually, it is the interrogative adjective. Here is, this is a noun and this is WH family word. This particular word WHICH is telling the quality of, telling about the frock, and frock is a noun, and as students we have studied the word which tells the quality of noun and pronoun, that is called adjective. So, this is a noun and this word is qualifying the frocks, and frock is noun. Afterwards there is an helping verb, then the subject, and there is a main verb. Clear? So, which frock do you like? So, segregate the sentence. If you face any problem making or converting these sort of sentences into passive, you can segregate the sentence in which frock. Afterwards, do you like? Now, again it has become the same as the interrogative sentence which begin with helping verbs. Do you like? That we have already done. So, you can take short of help. Do you like? So, which, same as it is, you have to put in the beginning. Afterwards, which frock, which frocks. Now, from here you have to change the sentence, you have to change into passive. What is the subject here? This is you. Which frock? Afterwards there is a helping verb. Which frocks are, why is here are? Because which frocks, it is a plural. So, you have to take the plural helping verb. There is a helping verb, put here as it is the helping verb, right. Then which frocks are, afterwards the third form of the verb, liked, put by, and what the subject is here, that is you. This is the passive sentence. Let us take one more example. Who advises you? This is the question. Who advises you? Now, first of all, identify the sentence, tense of the sentence. This is the main verb of the sentence, advises. Advises is a main verb. Now, identify the tense of the sentence, advises. Advises, it is obviously the present simple tense, right. Who is converted, while we changing from active to passive, who is always converted whom, and before whom you can put by, because the preposition that we put in the end of the sentence or before the object in passive. Here the sentence which began WHO, who advises you, उससे पहले आप क्या करेंगे, इसको क्या करेंगे, by whom, right. Identify the sentence, is a present simple. So, you have to take the helping verb of present continuous. As I told you yesterday, while you changing from active to passive, or if the sentence is in present simple tense or changing into voice, you have to borrow the helping verb from the next tense, and that is present continuous. So, by whom, there is you. So, by whom are you advised? By whom are you advised? Here if we, by whom are you एडवाइज्ड, बिकॉज यहाँ पे आपको लास्ट में बाय लगाने की जरूरत नहीं, बिकॉज यू हैव ऑलरेडी पुट द बाय ओवर हियर एंड हु हैज बीन कन्वर्टेड इनटू whom. Is it clear? Let's take few more examples of the same case. Suppose instead of who there is a whom. Whom did you give the parcel? Whom did you give the parcel? This is a sentence. It is in active form. Now you have to change into passive. So whom is changed into who? Whom is changed into who? There is a did. It is in past simple. It is in past simple. Whom did you give the parcel? Who was helping verb as it is. Next, you, this is a main verb and this is the object, right? So bring the object in place of subject and take the subject in place of object. So who was the, instead of you have to write the object. Who was the parcel? There is a verb give, always we use the third form of the verb. Who was the parcel given? By preposition you have to put here, and then there is a subject, only subject is remaining. So put here you. Now this is the passive form. Let's take another example. What do you want? What do you want? There is, the sentence begins with WHAT, what, the family member. What do you want? See, in active it is an object. In active sentence this is an object, it is not a subject. But while we change into passive, then it will become the subject. So what do you want? Do you want? So again there is a helping verb. It is in present simple tense. To change into passive, we have to take the helping verb from present continuous. There is a you. You is a plural. So what are you wanted? So this is the passive of what do you want. So dear students, we have finished the voice, the whole the class of the voice is over. Next class will be of the about the narrations, जिसको हम डायरेक्ट और इनडायरेक्ट भी बोलते हैं. That is also equally important as the voices, and that will be I think also will be more lucrative for you class. Thank you.